Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me and Reggie Owens on Archive. What's going on, Reggie? You ain't ready for this jab, bro. Like, you just ain't ready for it. I'm telling you right now, bro. He ain't ready. This dude ain't ready for the jab, okay? Like, he's too laid back to be prepared for the jab. You see that? Start the video, dudes like this, laid back. He ain't ready for it. Pop! You know what I mean? But with that said, Reggie, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Well rested. Got the day off, so I'm good, man. Ready to get into it.
Well rested. Got the day off. There you go. There you go. Right. And now he's live here on DStyleBoxing Live, boxing conversations with Reggie Owens, and here we are. All right. Let's get this show on the road. G-Funk already in the chat. Look at that. It says, "What's up, brothers?" Jab the like button as you come in. Right? Throw a jab. Don't do a 1-2 because you don't like it. You know what I mean? You got to just do the jab, and that's it. Okay? The jab sets everything up. Okay? It sets up the cross to the subscribe button and that uppercut, all right, to the bell button. DStyleBoxing Live gained 23 subscribers just yesterday. All right? So, hey, all of you that subscribe, thank you. All right? Wawa says, "Salute DStyle, Reggie Owens, what's going on?" The Expert Genius, what's good, my brothers? And Mr. Max says, "Salute, what's going on?" Man, oh man, we got a show for you tonight. All right? Let's start off with this right now, okay? Let's get to 10 people live, and then we'll go ahead and get this started, okay? As the code says. Okay, we got to get the Elite 10 on here, and we'll get this shit started for real. Kenneth Johnson, I salute D-Style, Reggie Owens. What's going on? What's going on? All right. All right, well, just one more here. We're already 11 likes. Make sure you, again, throw a jab. Make sure that if you're coming in on Archive, you comment on the comment section, throw that jab. No, look at this. We got the fact checker. Says, "What's good?" AJ10 in the house. Okay, what's good? D-Style Reggie says, "Bruce 01. All right. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, let's just go ahead and get this started. It's showing 10 on my StreamYard. Reggie, let me read this, and then, of course, after that, I want your thoughts. Okay. Andy Ruiz's Twitter, I think he also posted on other social media platforms, but on his Twitter, he says, "I'll be back stronger. I will be a champion once again. I appreciate all the love and support from my true fans. I appreciate the haters as well. I can't wait to prove the haters wrong once again. Back to the gym. Let's start this journey to the belt." And he puts a trophy, a Mexican flag, and the prayer sign, just like that. Okay, and he put a picture of himself from back in high school or something, because dude ain't look like that now. Okay, I don't want to, like, dude, this dude, like those dudes on Facebook putting pictures of themselves from 10 years ago. Like, dude, you ain't look like that no more. Okay, who are you fooling? Hitting all these girls on social media. You ain't look like that. All right? What's going on? But anyway, besides his picture from back in high school, what are your thoughts on his statement, Reggie? What do you make of this?
Everything's starting to hit him. Everything's hitting a full circle. He's his mind is clear. His people are turning on him. He's hearing what's coming out. Everybody's bashing this dude. So now he's woken up from this old hyped up dream he was living. This dream of fame, phony friends, and it got him sidetracked. And now he realizes how much money he didn't let flow away from his potential. And now he's talking about getting right back in the gym. Now, that's the thing that caused all these problems. That's going to create these future problems he had, is his lack of dedication to the damn gym. The one place that could have kept him relevant, kept him rich, is where he stayed away from. The disrespect he showed his trainer, the disrespect he showed his father is starting to come back and hit him. And the disrespect he showed to fans who put so much behind supporting this guy, it's coming to hit him. Now, him talking about getting back to this journey of being a champion, that may be a hard pursuit, but who knows what opportunities open up for him. It's going to be a hard road because it's going to be hard for people to trust him. It's going to be hard for Manny Robles to trust him. You didn't disrespect him with biggest opportunity of a lifetime that was right there on the table for you. and you turned your back on this dude to bring around newfound friends to do your own personal training, kicking Manny to the side. Manny may go on vacation and say, F your training. You go do that on your own. Manny's pissed off. Manny don't want to work with this dude off the bat. Then it's something I seen with another trainer. It's an interview on YouTube with this old trainer was saying he wasn't surprised. So I guess he's dealt with Andy Ruiz not wanting to show up to the gym, lack of dedication to the craft, things like that. But this dude went to full baller status once he got that first check, knowing the second check was coming in. But what happens when the checks start rolling in? And this is always a problem with athletes who don't think about the whole financial things is what happens when these checks stop coming in. I think that's what's hitting them, being he can still remain active and possibly pursue a career, but he's going to have to pull himself up out that dirt. So it's going to be a long climb for Andy, but he may have the possibility this Dillian fight, if they get it, can probably save him. But it just shows this dude is, every time he makes a statement, the post-fight statement, he made himself look like a clown. Making this post, he makes himself look like a clown, because in that post-fight, what he revealed, he could have kept that to himself and kind of kept himself safe and clean.
Because we already knew it too. Like, he didn't have to tell us what we already knew. You know?
Right. He didn't have to say nothing on it. But now everything that came out and it's just bad on this part. And even this post right here is bad. He needs to just stay off social media, cut it out, go back to showing Austin or something. But yeah, that's all I got on it. It's a dumb statement. It doesn't do anything. And all that back to the gym crap, please, man. Just get in the gym. You ain't got to tell people.
This is the greatest, okay? The greatest. Let me enlarge it for a moment, okay? The greatest, right? I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion, okay? That's the quote, right? Right there. They gotta put this like in Andy's freaking phone or something. He needs to see this every fucking day, because he did the opposite of that, right? And we keep it real. He did the opposite of that. Andy, like, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, Reggie. I don't believe him, right? When he said he might do it for one fight, but I don't believe him. I'm sorry. I don't believe Andy Ruiz. I'm at a point where he needs to prove me wrong, like where he's had like 5-6 fights, right? And then I'm like, okay, you know, he's 5 fights in a row. Dude's like come in shape and dedicated. Like, I'm not even talking wins or losses. I'm talking came in at his best and fought. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And he needs to prove me wrong. And if he wants to label me or anybody else a hater because we don't believe him, then that's on him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an Andy Ruiz hater. I want the best for him, but at the end of the day, I have to be honest when I say I don't believe him. Like, if we could do projections on if Andy, like, I give him like a 10% shot at really being dedicated for the rest of his career. I don't see it. I don't believe him. Okay, and that's that. Like, he's already shown me a lot. He's going to have to do a lot to prove me wrong. Okay, and I want to make sure people understand. It's not about W's and L's. It's about the E's. Effort. Right? Where was the effort? A lot of the greats lost fights, but they didn't lose fights because they came in out of shape. Okay? I mean, that is terrible. Would he have beaten Joshua if he came in shape? I don't know. Okay? We don't know, but we will never know. We just know what happened, right? Salute to No Paul, by the way. Maxilla on here. 92 AKU. Mala says Ruiz has talent, but needs to a nutritionist and get a personal trainer. He needs to get that fridge out of the gym is what he needs to do. Okay? This dude probably bought a state-of-the-art like refrigerator like that you put right under the ring and shit probably. Okay? I think I need a Twinkie now. I did some good work, right? I don't know, man. Okay, I just don't believe the guy. I'm sorry. Okay, he's in a seafood diet. Absolutely, he sees food and he eats it. Okay, absolute comment of the day. That's what. Let's stop the show. Right? Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? I hate to interrupt your promo, but I heard you were cooking tacos. Do you smell what the hey, Rock? I hate to interrupt, Rock, but are you cooking some tacos there, Rock? Dude is the Rikishi of the heavyweight division, bro. Right? I don't know who remembers Rikishi, but I want to see Ruiz KO Dillian White. We're going to talk about that momentarily. That's what Ruben Guerrero. That was Ruben Guerrero, not me, says G-Funk. Yeah, right. We don't know who Ruben Guerrero is. Okay? My bad, bro. Too much Coronas for me. Shout out to Ruben Guerrero for the baby nuts of the week. Yeah, absolutely, man. Ruben Guerrero did his thing yesterday. Ruiz let go of the huge opportunity. Absolutely did. Okay? Baby nuts for the win, says Maxilla. Andy Ruiz to get rid of social media. Absolutely. Thericity says, salute to D-Style. Reggie and the chat. Goruga Ruiz has been saying he'll lose weight for years, bro. These post-fight comments are basically a regular theme. I'm with you, Goruga. I'm the fool. I'm the guy that believed that he was going to take shit serious now. There was no more excuses. You didn't have to work a part-time job, Andy. You know what it took for this dude to get in shape, Reggie? Like decent shape?
What's that? This opportunity.
He was broke, bro. He didn't have anything. And Al Heyman signed him, got on that, the fight with that Russian, Derenchenko, however you pronounce his name, all right? He looked good in that fight. You know what I mean? But then that got him the opportunity, bro. You know what I mean? He had already had a good training camp. Okay, in 5 weeks you fight Joshua. So the stars aligned perfectly for him, but he had all this time to train, man, and he procrastinated, and he ate, and he ate, and he ate, and he ate some more. You know what I mean? When the dude was walking out to the ring, I thought he ate Joshua. Right? But he ain't going to fight. He already ate the dude. What's going on over here? Right? I'm just saying. Right? Stormy B, man. Like, I thought he ate Canelo. You know, Canelo was in the back. This dude gained the weight, like, from the Derenchenko fight to this fight. Well, not really, but this dude could have eaten a flyweight. Okay, that's insane. What's good, DStyleBoxing in the conversation? Reggie wins, says Stormy B, man. Absolutely. Mala says, I honestly believe he has a food addiction. G-Funk84, proof of the pudding, and he just doesn't eat pudding. Yeah. Man, you guys got jokes, bro. Okay? You guys got jokes. Justin Jr. 962 in the chat. What's going on? If I forgot anybody, I do apologize. Okay, Ruiz is milking it like Chavez Jr. Yeah, he's gonna milk it for everything he's got. That takes us to our next topic now. It looks like Dillian White wants to fight Andy Ruiz. You think, because Andy Ruiz, is it because dude got fat, and is it abri, that's all, folks, for Andy Ruiz? Right? Or what? You think he's smelling that?
Then that may be his best opportunity. It's the best opportunity for what's that cat, for Dillian White as well. Because Dillian White needs a name on his record. He's virtually unknown when it comes to those who don't follow the sport in the fashion that we do.
By the way, are they going to have a boxing fight, or are they going to have like a hot dog eating contest?
A food fight. Man, yeah, they both came in like some Jabba the Hutts, man. Bunch of gargantuan.
Like the rival, the rival corners are going to be sending food to the other camps, bro. Like, hey, send Dillian White some hot dogs, bro. Hey, send Ruiz some tacos. It's food wars for sure. Go ahead.
Absolutely, man. But this could be a good opportunity for both men, because it puts them, especially for Ruiz, if he gets this opportunity, his idiotic and better show up for this occasion. He better get himself in shape. He better cut people up out of his camp and cut all that food up out of his diet and take this serious, because this is the only thing that can get him close. And it's only based on what the WBC is doing. WBC has put Dillian back in his mandatory spot. If Ruiz can beat this dude, more than likely he'll end up taking that spot, getting him in position to face Wilder. Don't know what the outcome may be. That's a super dangerous fight, but at least he gets back there because the money is there. So he better take this fight serious, as well as Dillian White. He's been begging for this position, but then Dillian White may become a little frustrated, undisciplined, because he got to wait till 2021 anyway. So he got a long wait, and he's going to have to take on some of this. Ruiz can be very risky for this dude, but Ruiz is who he needs. He needs to make a name for himself in this country and also in his country. He ain't that big of a draw over in this country, so he needs to make a name. And what better name to have on it than Andy Ruiz? And Andy Ruiz will need a Dillian White caliber type fight to try to rebound his career, man. He definitely has to go about some rebounding for his career, because he in the dump right now because everybody taking the ish up on him.
Yeah. I mean, but my thing is both guys look like shit, in my opinion. All right. But, I mean, at least Andy, like, fought Joshua. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had a much better opponent, like in front of him, you know? So, Dillian White was like in a life and death battle against a dude Gerald Washington knocked out. Okay. Like we keep it real. Like, that dude's been Watt's been getting passed around in the heavyweight division. Okay. That dude's just getting passed around. People just knocking this dude out left and right. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, Faisal wasting opportunity to Paul. Yeah. You guys talking about Ruiz. I think there's a lot of unknowns about this but if I do believe Ruiz will get up for a fight, I do believe it'll be his next fight, because he's going to want to prove people wrong or whatever, and then he'll go back to his old habits. So if it's the next fight, I think it beats White. You know, I've never been high on White. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not saying he's terrible, but, you know, he's beatable. And if Andy comes in the way he came in the first AJ fight, he'll beat him. You know what I mean? If he comes in the way he came in the Derevchenko fight, destroys him. You know what I mean? Too much hand speed for White, in my opinion. And White's not that fast on his feet. He can't do what AJ did.
Yeah, and that may be where the risk comes, stepping in here with Andy Ruiz, because he doesn't fight like a tall fighter. He ain't that active. He ain't that fluid. So this may be the grand opportunity for Andy Ruiz, and he may need to start getting vocal about making this fight against Dillian White. He needs to start calling him out, get on social media before Eddie Hearn starts to see how risky it is and try to keep Dillian White away from him. So if Ruiz want to make any statements, he needs to stop talking about getting back in the gym and start calling out a fighter like Dillian White, who can't talk much anyway. They both put on about a ton of weight going into that last fight. So 2 ton of weight fighters need to get up in there with each other. And it's a grand opportunity.
Dude, White and Ruiz are lucky. There's no weight limit. Like, dude, they're lucky, bro. Get up for a fight. Let's see them get a fight. Have you ever seen that coach when he talks about playoffs? Fight? A fight? A fight? I'm just trying to see the dude could put down a burrito. You know. But that's Andy Ruiz right now. All right. Just saying. A fight? You're talking about. And then Ruiz, dude. Reggie talking about Ruiz showing up to practice, bro. Practice? You're talking about Ruiz showing up to practice. Like, dude, I'm surprised he didn't bust out the practice thing, bro. Practice? You're talking about practice? Practice? Nah, bro. I'm too busy eating tacos. All right? Just saying. Night Twiki, you in the house. Stormy B, man, what's going on? Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. Jim Mora with the Colts. Absolutely, yes. You guys should look it up. Great stuff. All right? But that's that. We'll see. I do want to know, though. I mean, he's like, remember when they're like, oh, no, I shouldn't have to fight anybody. Give me Wilder now. You know what I mean? But so why Why not Ortiz? Why not Ortiz?
And they say he's the one. They say he was the one that said he wanted to fight. So he gonna have to get in there with him. And then he put Prevekin out there too. So he's thinking these dudes is easy pickings, and he may end up fooling himself.
Yeah, I got you. All right, No Paul says, not you, G-Funk. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I know you just want the best for boxing, but a lot of people just hating. Well, who's hating? What's going on here? Let's stop the hate, people. It's Christmas season, right? It's Christmas. All right. Jim Moore playoff rant. You kidding me? Fight? A fight? Like I just wanted to put down a burrito. All right, but anyway. You have any final thoughts on Dillian White, Ruiz?
Man, I want them to make this fight, and I would love to see, as much as Andy Ruiz pissed me off with this weight thing, I would love to see him rebound by dogging the hell out of Dillian White. I definitely want to see this fight happen. Andy, get back in there, get your big ass back in shape, and make an example out of this dude and show why Dillian White doesn't belong in contention for a title. Drug cheat, glove cheat. Put the whooping on him for whoop on this fool, because UCAD should have punished this dude. So it's time to serve this dude up. So I hope to God they make this fight, man.
UCAD said it was an adverse finding, bro. That's what they said.
Yeah, they got that adverse money, so they reversed it.
Yeah, who knows what happened? But here's what I'll say. Okay, I'm still waiting for that link. All right, I'm waiting for the link. I bet what's said better be true, and I've already reached out to some people. I'm just saying. We'll leave it at that for now. Okay, but with that said, No Paul Boxiano with that support. $10 super chat. Thank you very, 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 very much. Okay. Much appreciated. We got to keep getting those super chats, bro. We got to get Reggie, G-Fun. We got to get these dudes some mics. Okay, I'll say that. All right. 92 AKU. If Ruiz falls, he will rebound right now. Man, like I knew you were gonna say that. Like, you know what I mean? I saw it coming. Okay. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. His name was Andy Ruiz. All right. Will all the King's horsemen, all the King's men be able to put Andy Ruiz back together again? Reggie?
Possibly. With Dillian White, possibly.
Yeah. Well, we will see. All right. Like, I just, you know what I feel like Andy's going to say he's going to get in shape and he's going to come in heavier. Like, I mean, like I just get that feeling, but we will see. Right? Talk to me about Crawford versus Mean Machine, bro. I mean, dude, the dude's name is Mean Machine, bro. You know what that means? He's a mean machine. He's a mean dude. You know what I mean?
Crawford's going to break the machine. He's going to be a broken machine is what he is. But the thing I don't like about this man is before getting into the fight is the lack of promotion for this man. This makes absolutely no sense. And I hear everybody speaking on it about Crawford and everything, but it makes no sense for top-ranking ESPN to go about ignoring this dude when it's so much behind this guy.
I hear you.
If you're talking about a guy being on this pound-for-pound list, which I think is crap, but to put him up in the top regions of this list, you ain't putting no marketing money behind him. Now he's going into a fight. It's just like, what's the point? And it's like, this guy's done it to himself. But as for the fight, I just think Crawford's going to be too much for this dude, because this dude, Egas, was supposed to fight Crawford. They were speaking of it about 2 fights ago. I was watching this fight like a month ago. And after the fight, they brought up Crawford's name. And I think he fought Juan Carlos, can't think of the dude's last name. Following that fight, they asked about Crawford. And this dude said he's about 3 or 4 fights away. And I think he said 4 or 5 fights away before he gets in there at Crawford. But here they are, fast tracking this dude, putting him in there when he ain't showed too much of the improvements he need. And especially against Ray Robinson, he was outboxed. Ray was able to use that jab. Now Crawford styled. Crawford gonna style, switch up on this dude, and I think that's what Egas has been working on in his training camp. They're aware of that, trying to deal with a guy who can switch stances, great movement. But Egas has an issue when it comes to getting out the way of a jab. And that's what the other thing he said he's working on. He's working on to where they're not darting in there, which is what he's known for, trying to close distance to get in tight to let off all this mean machine work that he likes to do. But Crawford is a dude who can bang with him, and Crawford to get rough and rugged with him as well, and then separate distance from him and work this guy. But I think it's just going to be kind of a boxing clinic, but you never know because Egas may come in there with something. Egas may come in there with something if Crawford plays this guy, plays him light. Don't take him serious. I mean, this is boxing. Any punch can change things, but I think Crawford will stay sharp in this one. And if it goes as planned, I think he's just going to work through this dude, beat the brakes off of Egas. But it's going to be something that people's going to be like, he was supposed to do it, and he gains nothing from beating this guy. He gains absolutely nothing. And the other reason why he gains nothing amongst hardcore fans, but amongst casuals, he gains nothing as well because there was nothing to build this fight. They couldn't even hype and lie about Egas Klimas because they ain't do nothing about it. They ain't put no money behind this, so he's just going to look like a regular kind of wash away guy that they put him in here with.
Well, here's what I'll say. Okay, in regards to that. So first of all, I gotta read this, bro. Like, I can laugh at this because I'm Mexican. Okay, and the Ruiz has to stay away from fights around Christmas and Thanksgiving because those Mexicans got too much grub around this time. Anyway, like no wonder we fight in May and September. All right. Blood type was Ragu, man. Kenneth Johnson, Mike Fun. Absolutely, man. All right. Let's start funding the Mike Fun. All right. Absolutely. Shout out to you, man. Much appreciated. This season's show always does good numbers. Which show are you talking about exactly? US started promotion around Tuesday. This is AJ10. Stormy B-Man. To G-Funk says boxing, they actually confused the blood test with strawberry topping on the Sunday. Man. Oh, man. I need a sound effect for funny shit. Okay, I'm not excited for this fight at all. But, Reggie, am I giving Mean Machine too much of a shot? Well, what do you think?
Wait, what is it? Oh, 8%? No, because... Maybe 8% is cool because like I said, it is boxing. Everybody got a shot out here. Everybody got a shot because all it takes is that one punch that you don't see, or you underestimate an opponent and you get clipped with something. So
broken hand, right?
And injuries, absolutely.
Andy Ruiz can eat you on the way to the ring. No, that's a different story. Broken hand, twisted ankle, a lucky shot, or it doesn't have to be a lucky shot, but a nice landed shot that just gets you out of your game and stuff like that. You never know. For sure, Bruce. That's true. It is true that tamales for breakfast, lunch, and dinner during the holidays. Absolutely. Okay. And then after Thanksgiving, bro. Okay, like we eat the Thanksgiving. And then they do tacos of turkey, right? And then flautas of turkey. And then burritos of turkey. And then taco salad with turkey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't end until we're done with the turkey, right? Like, we Mexicans, we go back to our ancestors where we didn't leave one piece of meat behind, bro, after hunting that animal. You know what I mean? Okay, well, just because the turkey doesn't have fur, we'll wear that shit, right? Just saying. Okay, the post Heisman Award boxing shows tonight to AKU. You guys think Big Baby would have killed Joshua too? You want to take that question real quick, Reggie?
Heck nah, but he would have. Damn, I don't know because I think Big Baby would have been intimidating the hell. He'd been roughing Joshua up, but it would have forced Joshua to fight. And Joshua probably would have hurt him. But I think that would have been – it would have brought something up out of Joshua. Plus, I don't think Big Baby is one of those guys you worried about his punches. You just worried about the volume in which he tries to come at you with. But AJ can punch. I don't take nothing away from AJ. Even though he's a hoe, I still got to give him credit for being able to box. So box and being able to punch. But people didn't like how he was moving around with Ruiz. But Ruiz is a different beast. Then what's that cat? Then Big Baby Miller. So he fought the right fight against him. But I don't think Big Baby would have knocked him out. I think Joshua would have went to another level and knocked the guy out.
Don't forget the pozole. Absolutely not. I never forget the pozole. All right. Hey, I'm doing this with everyone, Reggie, but I need you to try and say Mean Machine's name. Like, you got to give it a shot.
Oh, I heard it. Gigas Kavalaskis.
Damn.
I heard it in the fight. I was watching it.
All right. Yeah. MT Boxing called it a Wi-Fi password. Right. So there you go. All right, man. Lopez, Comey, winner likely gets Lomachenko, but I mean, first things first, they got to fight each other here. I think this is a great fight. I do got to give credit to, I'll be honest, Reggie, I didn't think he was going to get the Comey fight, go for the Comey fight after the last performance, and he proved me wrong. He went for the fight. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Comey versus Lopez?
Man, this is a quick step up for this cat. And I think it's because of how hungry he was. And I think this is Bob Arum's way of seeing if this dude is really ready for Loma, because that's who he's been calling that. But Bob Arum then threw Comey in the way. Like, you're going to have to get through this guy. We're going to preserve Lomachenko for a little bit, let this young fighter prove himself. And now he's going against the dangerous champion who's been in there with much higher caliber opposition. His quality of fighting is much better. His knowledge inside that ring, and also where he comes from, man. This dude's a Ghanaian, so he comes from the region of Ghana to where they produce. What they say? I think they say they produce the most champions per capita. Not even per capita, but this little small region produces the most champions. So he comes from a bloodline of straight warriors. So this is what Teofimo's up against, and Teofimo.
Shout out to Ike Corte, by the way, but absolutely.
Yes, indeed. And then, but Teofimo, what he showed me, and when I go back to watch some of his videos, is once he's unable to hurt people with his power, he's become too reliant on those left hooks, those right hooks, and knocking cats out. And what it was is they didn't tell this cat the level. It's all about the level of opposition you're facing, and that's the reason why you're getting these guys up out of here. But as you go up, you'll have to change some things. And that's what he thought he can do against that tall Japanese cat. He thought he can go in there, hit the Japanese with some left and right hooks. And the guy stood there. The guy sat there, took every single punch Teofimo had. And that caused Teofimo a lot of doubt. So it's almost like, do you really have the type of power that they try to hype up? And also him complaining about this dude being too tall. That dude didn't fight like a tall fighter. He went on the inside and try to bang out with Teofimo, and he had good success. And Teofimo, he ain't the tallest fighter, and this is where Teofimo gets to complain, because Teofimo got a guy on his record who's 6'1". The Asian guy is only 5'11". Now you ain't complaining about the 6'1" guy being too tall. You complain when a guy he went in there and gave it his all and fought you how he's supposed to fight you rather than lay down. Now you got complaints. Now watching that sparring with him versus Gervonta Tank Davis, you see the same thing where he is this doubt on his face. Once Tank started opening up on this guy, landing punches, he's looking over towards his corner at his father, and he's having a lot of doubt in himself, to where he's even thinking about, he knows not to fold, but he's thinking like, damn, I don't want to be in here in that situation. This is something Comey's probably going to have him thinking about, because Comey likes to come forward. He likes to bang, but he does leave himself open, because he's just too committed to trying to finish someone off the same way Teofimo may do. But Teofimo's selective about his punches. He's not a high-volume puncher. Comey's going to be all over this dude, and that's why I favor Comey going into this fight. Now, if Lopez proves himself, then he belongs up here, but I think they could be rushing him a little bit. They could be rushing him a little bit too quick. Comey ain't nobody to play with. So I'm going to see it. I'm excited about this fight more than the main one. Oh, you're on mute, bro.
All right. Corte versus De La Hoya, one of my all-time favorites is Souza. Hey, absolutely. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a fight. How'd you score, by the way? Like Corte de la Hoya. How'd you score it, Reggie?
Oh, for me, I scored it for De La Hoya. I went with De La Hoya on that one. It was tight though.
It was tight. It came down to that 12th round to me, and I think De La Hoya won it in the 12th round. But you know what? If somebody had Corte winning, I won't argue with him. You know, it was that type of fight, a type of boxing fight that you know why we're fans and all that. Bud needs to highlight KO to justify this, in my opinion. I get it's a mandatory, but come on, it isn't a great KO. Then I'm not sold on Bud. Yeah, man, I hear you guys. All right, co-signed that. It was a close fight. Oscar was cool back then. That was before the utensils and all that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, John. Yeah, I get you guys. All right. Classic fight. Absolutely. Mr. Max, I ran in the store. You may have already mentioned it, but CONV has plus 220 odds with Theo. You bet 100, went to 20. So, yes, I did see that. The odds got better. I guess more people are betting for Lopez. So, it did move the needle a little bit. So, what that means, just to be specific, you bet $100, okay? If CONV wins, you get your 100 back, right? And they hand you $220. Okay, so just to put that in perspective, so that's that. All right. AJ10 says Bud is that talented singer, only taking out Christmas albums. Yeah. Okay. That's that, man. Look, man, I got Lopez slightly. What do you think about the projections there, Reggie? Look about right to you, or how would you do it?
Yeah, I'll flip it over. I'll put it 60-40. I favor CONV by that much of an edge, especially him being the more experienced guy, being in these high caliber fights, and I just think he has a style that will give Teofimo a lot of difficulty. It's the same style Teofimo faced against that tall guy, but it's going to be more charge, and this dude coming at you like a bull. So he's up against a lot. So Teofimo's going to have to prove and show what he has.
I agree 100% with you, man. It's going to be a fight. And like I talked to Ashy earlier in the day, man. Like it's one of those fights where we could go in there and CONV could just blow him out. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna find out, man. What do you think of the mental aspect? You know, Teofimo had that unfortunate situation where his mom didn't approve of the wife or whatever that he married, and he said that was a big issue. Although he kind of contradicted himself after the fight, he blamed it on the guy's height. But you know, whatever. But what do you make of those mental issues, man? Any mental lapses he may have here?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And watching that fight, watching that Tank Davis sparring, you can see where this guy, when he's going through adversity, where he's not, and you see that in a lot of athletes, especially younger athletes, to where they're not being the one that's dominant. You start to see this kind of shadow of doubt casted over their face. You can read the expressions on their face, and I think that's going to be the where he starts to break mentally, especially if CONV is able to take his power. If his power ain't what he done did to Magdaleno and all them, if CONV don't react like that, and he's sitting there just taking these shots, not being buzzed by anything, you may see Teofimo on that bicycle, because that guy from Japan had him on the bicycle as well. So if he's on that bicycle against CONV, he's getting lit up. He's definitely getting lit up.
I think a lot of people are underestimating, right? It's my opinion, but a lot of people are underestimating that this could go to a draw, right? And I'm not saying it's the likely scenario. Draws are never the likely scenario. But the reason I'm saying that is if it's close and CONV wins 7 rounds, 8 rounds, this could be declared a draw. Okay. It's very possible. So I'm just throwing that out there. Especially with fights this close, draws are always possible. Okay. I'm not saying bet on the draw, by the way. Okay. You know what? I might, I don't know, like $10 at the draw. Why not? See if it sticks.
Yeah. And the other thing is because how, what's the name is the marketing, like the big marketing prospect for them. they do not. I wouldn't be surprised they got some of these judges in their pockets. So I can definitely see a draw if it's that damn tight. That there's no way they're gonna let this dude suffer an actual loss.
Yeah.
A draw may be more favorable for him continuing out this career. So, but if Comey stops him, that's a different story.
I agree, man. What are your thoughts, Reggie? Moving to the next topic here. Virgil Ortiz made weight, but made weight on the second attempt. And it's ironic because me and G-Funk were just talking about how if he's going to go for a title 147, he's got to do it soon. And if he's not, he might as well just move up because this is not a good sign. What do you make of this? And do you think he should be moving? Like, what would you suggest the course of action be? Go for a title right away, 147, or keep taking your time and just move up in weight class?
Yeah, I believe in him taking his time. He ain't ready for the guys that hold titles yet. And he needs to work on his nutrition better. I think this is more like a nutrition thing for him because we've seen Sean Porter do it as a champion. He was over by the 1 pound, shedding it off, but it's still no excuse. He should have been down there, or at least be off by a couple of ounces. They say he's over by a whole pound. So I don't know if I can say he's too big for the division yet. I think he's just going to have to focus more on that nutrition side of things, and possibly need to change something up in training camp to keep that weight down. And this is the problem with a lot of fighters is these fighters ballooning up in weight. He needs to be more closer out of competition to the fighting weight. He has to be more disciplined with habits when there's no fights on the line or during the what they call it, intercession during the next fight. But I don't think he's ready for 54. He has to prove himself down here because 54 is stacked and may be dangerous if he's not ready to carry up whatever power he has or whatever he's using down here to where he's getting guys out. But he has to prove himself. He hasn't fought anybody that's up there that shows if he's ready to go up. So he needs to maintain his weight because if he moves up to 154, he's going to be fighting the guys at the bottom level of that division as well before he's ready to step up to big names. So he's still trying to make a name at 47. Before you can leave and go up, you gotta fight some names here. But I think he's only like 14 fights in or something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's still a prospect, bro. He's got a ways to go. I mean, not a long ways, but he's in the development stage,
right?
And I like. Maybe it was just like what's it, Mexicans on Thanksgiving weekend or something. Maybe it's that, bro. But he actually trained and he better made it. I don't know. Okay, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's kind of being between a rock and a hard place. Like what should he do? You know what I mean? Maybe this is just an outlier and he makes weight comfortably in his next fight. But he, in my opinion, if they don't feel he's ready, keep, getting them better and better opposition. And if you have to move up in weights, move them up. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. But I do have a feeling they're going to try and get him a title shot, though. You know what I mean?
Man, that's the thing, man. They rush these prospects
like a regular WBA title or something like that.
Right, man. That's the problem, man. The development process, man. These dudes and these hungry promoters are just too quick to throw prospects right into the fire, man. Especially, it's cool to do it at other divisions where there's not a lot of heat up there. 147 is full of heat. 54 full of heat. A couple of these divisions, every step up is full of heat. So they got to develop this dude, keep him disciplined. And make sure he doesn't have these embarrassment. Because they said there was 2 other fights on this card where the fighters failed their first attempt. So 3 fighters had to make a second attempt to make weight. And that just shows they don't have the I don't know if it's whoever they have checking the weight or these fighters disciplined with weight management. It's crazy.
Yeah. I co-sign that. No doubt about that, man. We're going to see how it goes for him. Let me read over some of these comments regarding the Teofimo Lopez Richard Comey fight. No Paul says he has no projection. All right. Plus 185 CONV, though I've seen that change. The official Top Rank page has that different, but it does depend on the casino. Some websites will give you better odds. So if they want more people to bet, stuff like that. So it just depends, right? But let's look at minus 235 Lopez is crazy, bro. That is not worth the bet at all. Okay, you know what that means? That means you have to bet $235. And if you win, you get a 235 back and you win 100. That's what that means, right? So when it's minus, you have to bet the amount that's minus to win 100. When it's plus, okay, you bet 100 to win the amount that's plus. Okay, just for those that don't know, right? Richie, oh man, I don't even know how to start this one. Belt's gone wild, bro. Belt's gone wild. What's going on with this champion and Ruiz situation? I mean, I seen that Haney got some surgery and stuff, but he's a champion in Ruiz.
It's crazy. These sanctioned bodies is, man, they do some of the way out-ish men I've ever seen. Now, to talk about, because he's supposed to be lined up to facing Javier Fortuna, and they were supposed to go into kind of this negotiation things, and I think tomorrow was supposed to be the date to where it went to purse bid if it didn't. Now Haney having the close that door. Haney having that surgery and not being, it may be out of action for a while. They decide they're gonna give Fortuna opportunity to fight possibly Luke Campbell or somebody for the vacant title. So I'm like, where the hell vacant title come from? So does that mean you're taking away Devin Haney's title that you just gave to him after Lomachenko avoided him? So it's almost seeming like this is creating a new route for Lomachenko to get a belt or something, because maybe Loma may fight one of these guys. Who knows how long Devin is out? But this is the craziest crap. So now that they're fighting for a WBC title, they hold his title, and now when he comes out of recess, he gets to fight one of these guys. But it's like, I don't understand. What if one of these guys want to go right back into a fight? Does that tie up Devin Haney? So it's like the dumbest thing. Like, I don't get none of this crap.
Why even do it? Like, he literally just won the title. Like, why even do that?
Right. It's like, why are you making things different for this guy? You didn't do that with Keith Thurman. You haven't done it with a bunch of fighters who sat idle in the sport with these titles. But now you want to pull it with this guy. You didn't even pull that crap when you suspended Canelo. He sat idle. So it's all this new made up ish that comes up out of WBC. All these sanctioning bodies are ridiculous, and that's why I think these belts don't mean nothing. I care less about. I want to just see people fight, but I understand why we need some of these trophies, but we never come to a conclusion of a Super Bowl in the sport. People, they make all these maneuverings in the sport to favor particular promoters. We all know that some of these sanctioned bodies and promoters have a history of doing a lot of under the table, corrupted financial stuff. Where money, nothing stops that. That money is still flowing to have influence in this game. And it seems just like that's what's going on. There's some money influencing what's being done in the sport. Like, why Devin got to go through these different restrictions? A champion in recess, the craziest. The WBC is becoming a joke, man. Franchise champions, recess champions. Like,
Trick says, F all the sanctioning bodies. AJ10, WBC losing credibility. Batman tweets says, salute to the chat. And by the way, make sure you throw a jab. Throw a jab at that like button. All right? Got 31 people on here, 24 likes. There's 6 of you, like, just sitting there not utilizing your jab. Okay? Like, you're just like, well, what are you doing? Are you eating tacos like Andy Ruiz? All right? It's time to use the damn jab. Use it. Jab it. Let's get to 30. I know you can do it. All right? Let's get them likes up. All right? We got franchise champion and Ruiz and regular champion in one division, says AJ10. Okay? That's unbelievable, bro. All right? That is unbelievable. but effing leavable. All right? We got a fact check on this show. Nobody just says shit without a fact check. All right? Well, that's not really a fact check, but it is a fact. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Although, well, it's not a fact yet, actually. All right? It's not a fact yet. So anyway, moving on. All right? Let's see here. Real talk. They take you if all the sanctioned bodies. Absolutely. Let's get the likes up. Absolutely. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Man, oh man. Right? Look, we're at 31 likes all of a sudden. That's what people need. They need a Ted Atlas speech. All right? But Reggie, well, like, how are they going to handle all this? Because, does David Haney have to fight for the right to be the regular champion? Are they going to have a ladder match? Okay, like they did in WWE when there was 2 intercontinental champions with Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, so they have to settle with a ladder match? Is that where we're going now or what?
Man, it seems like, man, because this is where the UFC made that mistake, creating interim titles and all that other crap. And then now you tie the belts up, and now people can't get the title shots, and you create all this. So now they create this crap with Devin Haney. He comes back, and you got these other dudes with the titles. Do you strip them if they decide they're going to take some other fight? Are they in between the fight before Devin's ready to be active? It's like, what's the purpose of it? Leave this guy with his belts. He had a minor surgery. He'll be back, but you're already trying to make quick actions on things. It's just something real iffy with the WBC and the way that they act. And what the WBC is probably punishing for is because they took a lot of flack when they decided to remove Lomachenko about the picture, allow him to actually give a reason to duck him, and they took all this flack behind it. And now they're seeming they want to punish the guy who they committed this act with. These things just don't line up with, well, I don't know what the hell Mauricio Sulaiman is thinking. He's thinking a bunch of buffoonish-ish. The same thing he got going on with even with Mauricio. The same thing where he's talking about we talking about Andy Ruiz. He's talking about Andy Ruiz will be positioned back high on the rankings. Dillian White put back in the top of the rankings. Like this dude is a trip. But all these sanctioning bodies, they want to strip Anthony Joshua to split up these belts because that's Eddie Hearn's wish. So that it gets granted. Like something has to be done in when it comes to sanctioning bodies in the sport. Right. But there's also fighters who say F these belts. And like even Javier Fortuna, he just want to fight. Like F them belts. He may throw the belt in the trash. He ain't gonna pay them.
I hear you. All right. Like they're just making this shit up as they go. You know why? It's more money for them, bro. Okay, they got three dudes with belts. When they fight, that's 3 sanctioning fees. All right. So I understand why they're doing it, but I don't understand why there's some, not all. I believe 95% of boxing fans have caught on already, but you still have some people like that defend the WBC, which is insane.
Yo. Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I lost it with the WBC. I lost it for a while. I just don't like the sanctioning bodies. I don't like the idea of all these belts. But the WBC lost me when they made a Mayan belt for a bunch of Europeans from the Nordic region of Europe. And you give these, you put a damn Mayan belt on the damn line. That's the most ridiculous ish that I've ever seen. And it just shows the deep level of greed, the lack of structuring.
Like, why didn't make a Viking belt or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? They're gonna make an Incan belt, an Aztec belt, this belt, that belt. Like before, they're gonna go all the way up north, bro. Okay, Apache belt, and you know the Comanche belt. They're just gonna, you know, the Neanderthal belt. You know, they're gonna go way back. Okay, way back. They're gonna go centuries back, bro. All right, this shit's crazy. But the green belt, bro, and that's the thing, dude. Like, I get it, right? Like, you know, if you grew up and shit, and the green belt, and a lot of fighters contributed to giving this belt a lot of prestige, right? Like Andre Ward won a title against Kessler, and then what was he saying? But I want the green belt, though. You know what I mean? Oh, but the green belt. And Mayweather also contributed to it, too, saying that the WBC was the main one. And if you ever see his collection, 90% of them or WBC belts. And I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with that, but what I'm saying is fighters that contribute to bringing prestige, okay, to the WBC. And the WBC didn't even take advantage of that. Instead, they took advantage of it in a financial sense, but not a prestigious sense. You know, you can't have 3 champions, bro. Okay? You know how ridiculous that sounds? Like, could you imagine, imagine for a moment, like, the NFL today announced, Reggie, that, you know what, the Patriots are the franchise champions. You know, so they don't have to play in the Super Bowl, right? And then whoever wins the Super Bowl is the regular champ, right? Like, that's what? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, that wouldn't happen. Oh, no, but that's a team sport. Okay, tennis. Okay? So, like, there's one winner at these tournaments. One, right? One gets the trophy, one gets the, whatever you call it, the plaque in the bottom, and that's it. Okay? The Olympics. They have gold, silver, bronze, right? Okay? They don't have like a franchise gold medalist, the regular gold medalist, right? And an interim gold medalist. That's retarded. I'm just saying. Shout out to Blood Boxing in the house. What's going on? 92 AKU. Every boxer wants a belt. It's their live dream, so they will pay the fees. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I think Inoue tops out 126, but that's 5 divisions, and that would be impressive. I think he'll be okay in his 4th division at 122. Well, we will see, man. Let me tell you something. If Inoue goes up, bro, Navarrete is right there, bro. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know if you could take on Navarrete. Like, I just don't. Like, I got to be honest with you. That's too much right away. But go ahead, Reggie.
I was saying he can't go too many steps above Nonito Donaire.
Right. I mean, Nonito Donaire almost got him, bro. He broke his orbital bone, and, like, you know, I'm just saying. You know? Like, there's some dudes Donaire couldn't fuck with anymore in those higher weight classes. That's why he went back down. All right? Like, I'm just saying. All right? Oh, but you're hating on Inoue DStyle. If you know what you're talking about, yeah, just wait till dude get exposed. All right? It's going to happen. Right? Okay, AJ said the WBC is probably run by these extreme millennials where you can finish 3rd place and be called a champion. Bro, like, they got a 3rd place world champion, bro. Like, only in boxing. Only in boxing is this a thing. All right? We got time for some Q&A. Good scrap by Navarrete with Navarrete style. Yep. I want to see it. You know? Hey, look, if Inoue goes up and beats Navarrete, man, I'll give that dude so much props. If he moves up and beats Rigondeaux, I'll give him so much props. Okay? But there's people saying he's going to go all the way to 126. So I don't want to hear Rigondeaux's too big and all that. Okay? 3 champions per division, like 12 divisions, so 36 champs, yes. And we're not even counting, by the way, you know, all the other shit they got going. They're going to feed him to Loma at 130. In the 80s, there was 3 champs. No, Paul, Inoue might be damaged goods like Kell Brook, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't go that far. But Navarrete might, you know, like Triple G was a little too big for our dude Kell Brook.
Right.
Navarrete might be a little too big for Inoue. Okay? Like, I'm just saying. Thank you very much, Stormy B. Man. What fight must happen in the first half of 2020 as a fight fan? What do you think, Reggie? Fight that hasn't been signed yet. What do you want to see in 2020?
AJ Wilder off top.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. I agree. Let's do it. Like, AJ came out and said he wants to do it, so let's do it. Okay? I agree with that 100%. The orbital, yeah, it was the orbital. You're right. And once you crack the orbital bow, it swells even easier. You know what I mean? What do you think Navarrete is going to be doing if he fights Inoue? Pa, like hitting him right there, bro. And even if you cover it, he's going to be hitting them. Those are 8-ounce gloves, bro. He's going to feel the impact. It's going to swell up. Okay, what fight must happen in the first half of 2020 is a fight. Oh, I read that. Right. Okay, want to see Estrada versus Inoue? Hey, that's a good fight. You know what I mean? El Gallo, bro. Okay, like I wouldn't mind that. Before Inoue moves up, let Estrada move up, and we'll see. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind that fight at all, bro. That's a fight of the year candidate if these two dudes fight. Okay. Souza, I like two belt system like Ali had. Gives fighters two routes to get to the top, and we still get unifications. I like with two belt system more than one belt system, but three is okay, but four is too much. I mean, look, I just want one champion, bro. But I wouldn't complain with two, though. You know what I mean? If you give me two, I'll take it. If we go to one belt system, we wouldn't have unifications anymore. 92 AKU, want to see Fury Wilder 2. Yeah, we're going to get that. So, Timber! We're going to change this dude's name to Timber. Okay? Because he's going down, bro. All right? That versus anyone I can't find. All right. And Blood or Boxing Spreadsheet. By the way, make sure you guys subscribe to Boxing Spreadsheet. He has another channel. Put it in the comment section as well, so you guys can subscribe and check out some of his phenomenal work and documentaries. Right, 92 AKU, Mr. Max. What's going on? AJ10. I want to see Lomachenko versus Haney. Hey, yeah. I mean, that's wishful thinking, but what do you think, Reggie?
Yeah, I would definitely like to see that. Hell, I wish it could be on the undercard, but it can't. Wilder versus AJ.
Shit.
Oh, maybe it could.
Can you imagine that? You know what I mean? Like, dude, why not? I want to see, like, if they do, like, they're going to do it, right? Fury versus Wilder. Hey, let's get some of these PBC dudes to fight some of these ESPN dudes. You know, these top rank guys. All right? All this other side of the street crap. Let's just get it on. How about that? How about everybody shuts their mouth and knuckle up? That's what matters in the sport, right? Not what somebody said or what they said here. Like what you do in their fucking reign. That's all that matters. All right? Right? Wawa says, if Comey beats Lopez, does he get a Loma fight? What do you think, Reggie?
Wait, go back. If Comey beats Lopez.
Does he fight Lomachenko?
Yo, that's what I was thinking about because I haven't heard anything about Comey getting that Loma fight. I don't think Aaron wants that fight, especially with Comey not being under his promotion and Comey being that much of a live threat for Lomachenko because they want to keep Lomachenko undefeated. You see what they maneuver in that L that he suffered from Salido, how they keep trying to adjust and maneuver that one. They definitely don't want him facing a guy because what's the name is dangerous. Just how he comes out there and fight. Bad style matchup. He wouldn't let Lomachenko breathe, and that's the thing they don't want to see. They want to see Lomachenko look good in these victories. They don't want to see him go through a bunch of adversity or be pressed the way that Comey would. So I think they may avoid that one. Bob Arum would pull the BS he always pulls off in avoiding classic fights.
Absolutely, man. No Paul says AJ versus Wilder, Ruiz versus Wilder, Canelo versus Bitter, Biev, Andrade versus Charlo, or Devin. Oh my God, bro. Okay, Devin, longest name ever, Chenko. Okay, so yeah. Dude, I swear to God, if Michael Buffer worked the fight of Devonchenko, whatever the fuck his name, he'll ask for extra money, bro, to get that whole name out. Like, you know what I mean? You got to pay me extra, okay? Like I'm just saying, man. Don King used to be put on night at Champions cards all the time, bro. Like I remember, I remember being a kid, right? They're like, oh, Tyson's gonna fight. When Tyson fought, that shit was like big, bro. Okay. With every community, okay, like anybody that pretends otherwise. Oh, I'm glad I brought that up because it reminded me of something, but we'll bring it up right next, Reggie. But I just remember sitting there, bro, and like I'm just waiting for like the Tyson fight, and then like Finito Lopez comes out. Like, what? Like I've been watching this dude with my grandpa like at 5 a.m. fighting Japan. Now he's on his undercard. You know what I mean? And I remember one card like Chavez was in it. Like, what? Like, Chavez is in the undercard? What the hell? This is great. Like the house is packed and shit. It's not even the main event. You know what I mean? Like, Chavez is 100th win. Dude put promoted Chavez's 100th win. I believe it was anyway on an undercard of Tyson. Okay, and if it wasn't 100th win, it was like the 90th or something like that. What up, chat? Boxing Historian says, what's going on, man? Neri, the Morons fight got canceled. Yeah, that was supposed to be 50-50. Man, Neri, bro. Like, Neri is a disappointment, bro. All right? Disappointment. I'm disappointed in Neri. All right? Like, I'm on, like, when Neri said, like, if I haven't heard any statement, but like, just like I talked about Ruiz, I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't doubt the dude's skills. The skills are there. But the work ethic, you know, you're not even, how are you going to beat anyway? You can't even beat the scale. What are you doing? Dude, the scale, Reggie, what do you make of the scale? I wonder what the chat thinks. Like, the scale's been taking W's. This, like the scale's letting some fighters have it. Like, yo, I'm the truth. What's up? You know what I mean?
The scale is vicious, man. Let them left and right hooks, them scales are throwing at these folks, man. Knockouts all over the place with the scale, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What up, Chad? We got a bunch of people on here, but yeah, I want to see it, man. I want to see a PBC versus Top Rank card. Why not? We already have Wilder versus Fury. You know what I mean? Like, let's do it. Like, they can do it. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, Reggie, it'll make things interesting. To be honest with you, it'll make things very interesting. All right. Like, I don't know who they would put on the card, but like, what the fuck is Thurman doing? You could put Thurman on there against one of Top Rank's welterweights. You know what I mean?
Or hell, put Dillian White on there since he want to be a mandatory versus Andy Ruiz as well. There's so much they can. The budget got to be huge for this fight because they need to add some names.
Top Rank wants to make money, and they're not going to make money off of White. You know what I mean? Like, White's not their fighter unless they work a deal with Hearn or something like that. You know what I mean? But we will see. But you know what they're going to say? They're going to say that he shouldn't fight on the undercard of you know, they're going to make all types of excuses, you know. So I'm just saying. Ruiz disgraced himself, says Boxing Historian. Absolutely. Ronald, Fickley, Chop, salute. Absolutely. I appreciate that $2 super chat for sure. Okay. Keith Thurman versus Mikey Garcia. You know what? That's actually not a bad fight. I've never heard
that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I haven't heard someone mention that, but that's actually not a bad fight, bro. Why not? Can anybody give me a reason why that shouldn't happen? They're both coming off losses. You know what I mean? It's a crossroads fight. So Thurman looked a little better in his loss, but hey, Mikey did fight a better fighter at this stage of their careers. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. Could you imagine this card? Could you imagine that card? Like, can you imagine that? Like, dude, that would be amazing.
That'd be dope.
You know, so let's get it done. And you know what? People acting like it's not possible. Oh, but bro, it's ESPN, bro, and Fox. You guys do know Disney owns both their asses? You guys know that, right? Dude, Disney owns both of their asses. Fox Corp and ESPN, they're owned by Disney. For those that don't know, there's a tie in there. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the same company per se, but they're under the same umbrella, same branch. So it's not out of the question, bro. We just need a boxing fan on the higher ups of Disney or something. You know what I mean? Just want to see these fights. They'll make it happen. It's anybody's got money, it's them. But look at this. A more winnable fight for Mikey than Spence Jr. For certain. Yeah, man. Very, very interesting. What do you make of Mikey Garcia against Jesse Vargas? I know that's not up there, but that's been proposed.
Ew, trash, man. Mikey, oh, that's trash because they ain't done nothing with Jesse. Jesse done fell in obscurity, and I kind of fell back off Jesse when he showed that performance against Adrian Broner, and he kind of then went once he went to the zone, it was over with for him. So him versus Mikey, Mikey needs bigger names than Jesse. Him fighting Jesse is a backtrack, and I don't think he want to take no name like that. He needs a win, lose, or draw. He didn't suffer a loss, so he needs to fight another big name out there, win, lose, or draw. So he even after how he lost, he still has a fan base. So he can go in there against another big name and still have support around him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It is true that they own Fox Century, not Fox Sports. So I will take that back. Fair enough. We do fact checks on this show, so fair enough. All right. Okay, I get it. I get fact check. All right, right. But either way, okay. I do believe like they acquired it and it was like sold because I know the regional Fox was sold, which was owned by Disney, and then the regional Fox was sold to Sinclair. So I think Fox Sports became its own entity, and they're going to keep the brand name. All right, so that's that. Okay,
they moved that cat Murdoch out the way.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened with that, but they are right that it like branched off and then they sold off to Disney, but the Fox Sports section. Now that I'm remembering, you know what I mean? Because they are right about that. Okay, that's true. All right, it's all good. Mikey needs a tune-up. What, of his car or what? Like, what is he tune up for? All right? Look, man, am I the only one that thinks, like, I think Errol Spence carried him, but that's my opinion, okay? So I think Errol Spence, I don't know if Errol's, like, you know, he doesn't have a problem with Mikey or something, so he didn't want to hurt him too bad. I don't know. But it didn't look to me like he stepped on the gas, okay? And then Mikey was kind of like, well, I'm okay with that, so I'm not going to push it too much. You know what I mean? And I was very disappointed with Mikey because your only shot was to go for it at that point. But that's that. So Mikey can fight, bro. Like, he, you know, I'm just saying, like, it's time to fight somebody. Fight Keith Thurman. You know? Why not? Keith Thurman hasn't been that active. Mike has been more active than Keith Thurman, dude. So, and to be honest, I think Mikey has a good shot in that fight. Just watch the Josito Lopez fight. Well, what about Josito Lopez against Mike Garcia? Even though, I mean, they're same trainer, I don't know that would happen, but.
Yeah, if it was to happen, it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one. But I think they say with the Mikey news, they talking about he close to being one of the opponents for Pacquiao. So he's pursuing that one. And I don't know if it's gonna land in his hands.
Yeah, man. I want to appreciate everyone that came in. It's up to you, Reggie. You want to go another, 10 minutes or so, it's up to you. But
yeah, we can do another 10. Yeah, we good.
All right, another 10 minutes. We're gonna go over time. Okay, but you guys got to throw a jab at the like button. Okay, make sure it turns blue, man. We're so close to 40. We're 37. All right. What do we got to do so we can get a 40 likes, Reggie?
Keep reminding everybody, because the problem with the like thing is when you're on your phone, it goes right in the comments. So hit your comments away for a minute, go to that like button and press it. It's just a reminder. I do it all the time until I hear folks say hit that like button.
They need to use the jab, utilize the jab, throw a jab at the like. That's what they got to do, okay? And I don't want to hear no excuses. I was eating the taco style. Everyone knows, the pinky, okay? You're eating a taco, oh, bam. But with the key to hit the like is with the pinky. Like, you're like this, right? You're eating your taco, saving your taco. It's the pinky. You got to utilize the pinky like that. Boom, you press the like, right? I'm just saying. Okay. What is it? DAZN is paying Mikey $5 million for Jesse, probably. If they're paying him that, bro, I don't blame him. If that's true, I don't blame him. If he takes that fight, I'll take that fight for $5 million. Would you get in the ring with Jesse Vargas for $5 million, Reggie?
Hell yeah, I'll knock Jesse out, man. I'm too big for Jesse, man.
How would Reggie do against? I'm not trying to start a Twitter or a YouTube beef, but you versus KSI. How would Reggie do with KSI? Well, we gotta start doing a petition: Reggie versus KSI. Okay. What do you think, Reggie? You think you take him?
Yeah, I'll drop him, man. I'll drop that dude. And I'm too big. Unless they make me lose some weight. But I still beat him. I can fight. So yeah, I'll dust him off, man.
It would be at heavyweight, right? Could he drop to 200 if they paid you?
Heck, I need 8 months, man. What I'm at, I'm like two. What I got down? When I got sick, I ended up getting down to 230. So damn, that'd be hard to. Yeah, give me 6 months. I'll drop this shit.
Hey, they paid again. I don't know if this, assuming that's correct. They paid Jose Ramirez $4 million for Hooker. Man, by the way, I can't believe they're putting Jose Ramirez in China, bro. Okay, after that big win, they're gonna put the dude over there in China. Okay, like, I can't believe this. All right, unbelievable. Hey man, shut that bull up, please. Fuck out of here. It's funny. Stop crying. All right, guys, chill out. Must happen in 2020 style. Ruben Guerrero make it happen. Oh man, I will knock that dude out, bro. Right? Like, I'm just telling you. All right. Kenneth Johnson, what's going on? Jesus Christ. I had a day off, so I'm rested. All right. I want to see Reggie against KSI, bro. That's what I want to see. Like, I'll be in your corner, bro. I swear to God. Like, I'll be the cut man or something. Like, I wear like the thing, and like, you got this. Just throw the jab, Reggie. I'll just say that or something.
Yeah, man. I'll get that dude up out of there, man. I'll knock him out. If give me 6 months to get in shape, oh man, I'll dog him.
Yo, guys, KSI versus Reggie Owens, bro. Okay, like I'm just saying that. I'm mad. DStyle Salute says Ronald Fakeley. Okay, like, Ronald Fakeley donated to the channel, so he could talk a little more shit. Okay, some of you just come here talking shit. You don't donate $1. Okay, a fight of the decade, Canelo Pat. Oh man, but before you say it, a couple of months ago on a Spanish show, Ricardo Lopez, Finito Lopez, Chavez Sr., and holy shit, who was the other fighter? Oh, Marquez. I forgot Marquez's name. But Juan Manuel Marquez gave their fighter of the decade. Chavez Sr. said Pacquiao. Ricardo Lopez said Mayweather, which is not surprising. Okay. Dudes with O's like to stick with it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got my O or whatever, right? And then Marcus said Crawford. Like, he was like, nah, Crawford is a fighter of the. He didn't say Canelo, like Crawford. You know what I mean? But what do you think, Rich? I just wanted to throw it out there for those that didn't know, and whatever your thoughts on that. But who would the fight of the decade be? The decade's going to end.
Floyd by far. None of these dudes compare. Especially against these three names, he beat both of them. So there's no way I can put him over him.
Hey, you know what? You're right, bro. Canelo beat Pacquiao, and he beat Canelo. The Canelo fight aged well. You know what I mean? That win is big. You could put Floyd. I mean, you could argue that. I would have to sit down and think about it. You know what I mean? I would have to sit down and think about it. A lot of people want to say Pacquiao, but man, Pacquiao lost too damn much to be the fight of the decade. Right? I mean, you could say, oh, but he should have won that fight, but he did lose to Bradley. Okay. Like, I felt he should have won, but he didn't win. And then he got knocked. He lost that third fight for real against Marquez. Like, he got out. Like, Marquez outboxed his ass off. So like it's a fair trade. You know what I mean? For those of you crying that he should have won the Bradley fight, well, he should have lost the third Marquez fight. You know what I mean? So we could switch those if you guys want. And then he got knocked the fuck out by Marquez, bro. And then he lost to Jeff Horn. Like, I'm not saying he didn't have, I mean, better than far most, but the best, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I just, look, man, Crawford was just that one defining fight away from doing it, Reggie. You know what I mean? And by the way, for those that don't know, by the way, technically, it's not over yet, guys. You count from 1 to 10. So 9 is not the end. Like, I believe anyway, we should finish. Like, you have to finish it. You have to finish the 10th year. But I don't know. But they do they go by when it lands at 10 or whatever. But yeah, because you start 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you don't go 10. It's 10. Like it's over here. So December of next year is when the decade ends. You fact checked. Are you sure? I just counted it. What do you mean? Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, because you start at 0, right? Yeah, whatever, all right, whatever. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I just think it's very inconclusive. That's all, inconclusive. But Crawford blew it, bro. Like Crawford needed just a big, like if Crawford would have fought Spence and won, fight of the decade. You know what I mean? But he blew it. Who did he fight the last 2 years? What do you think, Reggie?
He blew it, and cause he blew it because he signed over with this cat who he knows has a history. Like it's like, damn, does Crawford pay attention to anything? He's almost like the kid that goes to school and doesn't learn a goddamn thing. And I think that's probably what his life was like. He doesn't know how to study and watch shit. Like that's like you being involved in a hustle. You better learn every aspect of the game. You go into a job, you better learn every aspect of the job. Now you here in this sport. This sport ain't just about competing and fighting. That's the amateur stuff. You're in the professional side, the big leagues of the professional side of things, and you ain't paying attention to who's the movers and shakers of the business. Now, this dude, Bob Arum, has a history of screwing people out of things, and you sign back with him. All the biggest fighters of the past decade are past 2 decades, because with Oscar, starting with Oscar, moving forward, probably even well beyond that. Once they leave this dude, they become mega stars. They become wealthy individuals. And this fool's too dumb to realize that. But he puts trust in this old crooked ass old man who does nothing but create obstacles in fighters' careers to where they're not fighting the best of the best out there because he's too busy trying to stay in the win column to I don't know what it does for his promotion, make his promotion relevant or something. But he only cares about Top Rank.
Yeah, man. This has been a great show. Why did he sign with Top Rank again, man? I don't know. He didn't have to anymore. You know what I mean? It's a show, bro. Decade is when you say. Now, the decade, it's going to end. You know what I mean? I just think it's wide open. They're going to give it to Canelo, if we keep it real. Like the boxing right, they're going to give it to Canelo. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, who they're going to give it to, Rich.
No, I believe you, but I'm like, the heck, man, like.
Well, I mean, he's top 3 for sure, though. Like, I think he is. You know, but I mean, we got to think about it. Like, now you got to sit and think about it because there's guys that. Dude, the problem with here's my problem with Fight of the Decade. Okay. Like they go from like a 10-year span, right? But like there's guys that go on good runs like in the middle of a decade over to another decade. You know what I mean? Like if you go on an 8-year run and 5 years is at the tail end of one and then 3 years on the other one, you're not really considered. You know what I mean? Chief Funk says Ward, I mean, he's up there. To me, he's up there. You know what I mean? But dude won the Super 6 tournament. He beat Carl Froch. Okay, he beat Mikhail Kessler. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. Mikhail Kessler was a favorite going into that fight. Mikhail Kessler was a slight favorite to win the Super 6. Right? He beat Mikhail Kessler. He beat Carl Froch. He beat, what's the dude from Germany? I forgot his name, man. Abraham. He beat Abraham. He beat, a lot of fighters at 168. The problem is the dispute with his promoter, and then he was out with an injury for a while. That even as a Ward fan, I have to consider that. You know what I mean? He was out for a while. So, if anything, Ward kind of screwed himself over if he would have stayed active. You know what I mean? and fought some of these guys at 175. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Well, he did whoop on Kovalev, so that's a big one.
He beat Shed Dawson. He beat Kovalev when Kovalev was Kovalev. Stopped him in the rematch. And I love, because a lot of Pacquiao fans are arguing for him, like, but he won that fight for real. Like, you know what I mean? Well, okay. Well, he knocked him out in the rematch. Okay. So it's up there. Chocolatito missed out. I mean, look, man, I don't like, if I'm honest, man, I don't like getting on Roman Gonzalez because I was a fan of his. But then, like, a lot of YouTubers on here with agendas started, putting him as #1 pound for pound and all this other shit. Like, I couldn't just enjoy him anymore for what he was. But he was a good fighter, though. You know what I mean? I enjoyed him while he lasted. And that's that. Kill the decade. What's your KO of the decade?
Damn. That Marquez over Pacquiao, I thought Pacquiao was dead, dude. It got to be, and something from Wilder too, but dang, that Pacquiao one, yeah, I got to go with Marquez because the way he put Pacquiao to sleep, I literally thought he broke Pacquiao's neck, and just see that dude sleep like that, I got to go with Marquez.
So here's what I'll say. So, like, there is knockouts that the world, like, sees. You know what I mean? And you feel not just the aesthetically pleasing part of it or watching it happen, but how it makes you feel, like seeing Pacquiao laid out like that was a moment. You know what I mean? Like, when Pacquiao went down, all the Pactards went down with him. Okay? Like, Reggie, I'm telling you, about 30, 40 Pactard channels shut down after that knockout. And like, G-Funk can tell you, if Blood's still here, he'll tell you, like, they just shut down. Like, they close shop, I'm out. You know what I mean? That's the impact of it. As far as just a knockout, just looking at just a knockout, like I thought the dude was dead. Like, even though I kind of, for a moment, I was thinking, is Pacquiao okay? Stormy just posted it, but the Spilka knockout by Wilder, okay, like that was like crazy. Oh, like, is that dude dead? Like, I honestly wondered if he was dead. But you got any other one that you want to, like, that you could say?
No, but my fight of the decade is Bradley versus Provodnikov. I ain't seen a fight better than that one. That's my fight of the year, my fight of the decade. But that Marquez knocking out Pacquiao was the knockout of the century. I ain't seen a knockout like that in my time of watching boxing, especially that high of a caliber type fight, and him just land that punch so flush. And the other thing that made it so jacked up is it was a few seconds left in that round. If Pacquiao could have did something different, avoid that, and got out of that round, like, damn, he hit this dude with a few seconds and ended the night, man.
I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, that was something, bro. Okay. Canelo Khan, you think, oh, dude, Canelo's KO Khan was something too. Like, I think, man, the way Khan fell and just laid there, like, dude, that was something, bro. Right? I mean, that was crazy. I'm not gonna vote for that one because Khan was moving up in weight. You know what I mean? Like he killed a pretty little dude right there. It's hard to put. Like, of course, watching it was crazy, but there's a lot of other knockouts, man. Martinez over Paul Williams because of how it happened. Like, bam, he hit him. And what made it even crazier is Martinez was not a one-punch knockout artist. That's the part that you expect a Wilder to knock a dude out with one punch. You know what I mean? But Martinez landed that, bro, and Paul Williams just fell, like, slow motion, like, bam. Okay, it was NyQuil treatment. That's what that was. Okay, dude was put out and shut out. Put his lights out. There's obviously some other ones. Awards like this, people forget the first half of the century. You know what I mean? So we have to, you know what I mean? You have to assess these things. So I'm sure there's fights that I could think of, but dude, the Rafa Marquez against Vasquez fights were some. You know what I mean? Those fights were wars. Now, I do believe they were around 2011 or so it does hit in the decade. So there's a lot of fights, you know. So let's see. Ortiz Berto, yeah, that was a good fight, you know. But with that said, guys, we've been here for an hour and a half. I want to thank everybody, and Blood Boxing confirmed that it was true. Those who shut down, they shut down shop. And I already know the other fan bases that will be shutting down shop pretty soon. As some of these fights start happening, okay, they're going to be disappearing and shit. I already know it, okay? Shout out to the Cali Enigma Sports and Entertainment, right? This is why Wilder Spica was killed a decade after leaving the hospital. Spica said he didn't hit the car. He wasn't hit that hard. Man, that's crazy. Wilder what? Knocked the shit out of what's solid. Okay. Lajakovic. He had a seizure. Dude, like Wilder knocks his dudes out, bro. They have seizures. Okay, they get up like this, you know, and then they're like, I was fine. I was ready to go. I don't know why the ref stopped it. I got up, and then what is it about the number 7? Like, Ortiz said he got up at 7 and he was ready to go. Okay, and Brazil said he got up at 7 and he was ready to go. Just saying. Oh, Donaire Montiel, bro, yeah. Speaking of seizures, you guys got to see that one.
Yeah, I got to watch that.
Stavern thought he got hit behind the head, bro. Like, what type of a whiplash is that? Pow! Like, the whiplash to feel that is insane. Okay. Triple G versus Rubio was pretty good, too, yeah. All right. But with that said, guys, that's the show. All right. Any final thoughts, Reggie, before we wrap this one up?
No, man, I enjoyed the heck out of this conversation. Oh, yeah, we ain't hit on one. The Olympics. The Olympic organizations put a ban on Russia over that steroid cheating. They can't compete in no sports. The country to mess it up for their athletes because they done created this program of wanting to find ways of Dillian White their whole goddamn sports program. Steroid cheating. And the reason why it's, they've been banned is because when the WADA decide they want to go about, kind of looking into it, they find out that the Russian drug agency, they shredding papers, hiding documents. They don't want to, they don't want to adhere to this investigation. They don't even want to be in no parts of it. So they up here doing all type of twisted stuff, getting rid of all sorts of evidence that the agency was supposed to come in and look at. Russia's doing away with all that. So now they done screwed it up for their whole nation because they want to be cheats because they put up this falsified view of being the most premier athletes in the world because they got some old scientific programs going on.
We saw Drago. We saw Drago in that movie, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
You want to know the funny part about that movie is that the one that was really juicing was Stallone. Okay, that's number one. But like for sure, like that dude was not in the woods working out. That dude was in the lab, right? But yeah, I agree, man. That's some crazy news for sure. I forgot about this one. Leonard Allerby came out and said that a Tank Davis fight has the feel of a Mike Tyson fight. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, he overdoing it with the hyping. He overdoing the heck out of it, man. Tank is exciting, but ain't nobody throwing no parties or having dinners for you to come and watch Tank Davis. He is far from that damn point. He's really far. Matter of fact, the feel of a Tyson fight was the most star-studded event in boxing. Tank Davis ain't there yet.
For those that want to check that out, the story is on BOXingscene.com, okay? Leonard Allerby, bro, just like oh, it's like a Tyson fight. Are you kidding me, bro? All right, like are you for real? All right, just because his name is Tank, don't mean he's a heavyweight or something. Okay, just because he like, you know what I mean? Like, and forget that weight class thing. There was some special about a Tyson fight, and I gotta be honest, bro. I've till this day I haven't felt something like a Tyson fight. Okay, Tyson's not even like my favorite fighter or anything like that. Dude, I'm just telling you like the feel of a Mike Tyson fight, like how it felt like that day, the cards, the lead up to the fight, the unpredictability of it, just everything was something, man. And the one thing I always liked about like I think what a lot of people liked about Iron Mike, bro, he was he wasn't a big heavyweight. You know what I mean? And he was knocking down these giants, bro. And I think that was something that people were like, holy shit. You know what I mean? You know, like that's I think that's kind of added to it. Alabi snorting coke in the nostrils. No. Can you imagine being an ant like an Ellerby's head and you start crawling down here, bro, and he goes like this, like dude, that ant, like it ain't surviving, bro. Okay, like I'm just saying, he's stiffing the bowling balls, bowling, bro. Like this dude could stiff a marble, and he won't even feel it. All right, that shit's insane. That nose ain't real,
Yo,
dude.
hey, why somebody create the a page LB nose with with the meme of his nose? I never know LB nose was that big till I seen that meme.
I remember the Tyson Lewis last time I got a feeling before the fight. Yeah, dude, there was just something about it. You know what I mean? And you know what was crazy? Like I didn't care what the perception of Tyson was. Like I didn't care. It's just like you know how Tony Montana wasn't a good guy, but like every time the dude, like I swear to God, like you guys are gonna think this is corny and shit, but every time I watch Scarface, like I'm pulling for Tony Montana to like win. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, hey, Tony's behind you, Tony. The dude with the gun, bro. Turn it around. Like, you know what I mean? Like I go back and watch Tyson fights, bro, and I'm like pulling for him to win, even though I know he lost that fight. You know? Like it's just there's just something about it. I didn't give a shit what he said or what controversial shit. Like I always went for Tyson. You know what I mean? Like I was like I want to see Tyson win. That I believed in Tyson. You know what I mean? Like you have to like there was just something about it that's I can't really put into words right now, but the guy was something special. He really was. But for the fifth time, we're gonna go ahead and go, guys. All right. I want to thank everybody that tuned in and those that will be joining us on archive. If you see an archive, you know, leave us a comment. Let us know what's up. All right. And do not forget Monday aftermath. All right. This is DStyleBoxing. What do we say, Reggie?
Let's keep it boxing.
Keep it boxing. We're out.
All right.